We are now joined by Mr. Mwangi, who is the CEO of ISOP Properties, and a lot to cover indeed. And let's just begin by, of course, recently you got an award, and one of the key figures when you look at the property market. Congratulations on your award.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Abby.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And let's just take a look at right now, the state of the economy indicators show that there's a bit of uncertainty within the investment cycle. Are we seeing the same in the real estate sector?
Generally, we are in an environment called VUCA. VUCA is an acronym for a very volatile, a very complex, a very ambiguous environment, business environment. And it cuts across industries. What it means is that many businesses are going to use more money into marketing to get more business, to unearth that small opportunity. So we are in a volatile environment. But I mean, tough people keep going. So yes.
All right. And Naftali, looking at the big picture, what has the business environment been like 2022? Of course, 2020, 2021, we were experiencing the COVID pandemic, which affected a number of sectors, including real estate. What are you seeing right now? Are there more people buying, or people are still holding back? What is the state of affairs?
Okay. As a country, look at it. COVID came in 2021. I mean, around 2019, 2021. So we experienced a laxity on decision making from clients. So basically, there was no business confidence. As a country, it's like a double-edged. Again, in 2022, we are in an electioneering mode, and what that means is more uncertainty. Apparently, we are a very agile economy. Kenyans are known to, we have been in harder times, 2007, 2008. And what has happened is that even if there is a laxity and things are slower, I mean, people are still in business because we are known to be tough people.
Talk to us about the numbers. For instance, for ISOP, how the numbers looking in terms of purchases, and where is the demand? Is it within the county? Is it within the country generally?
As a country, basically, what we have done, or is it as a company or as a country?
As a company.
Same numbers. We have experienced laxity, especially on domestic business. So what we did, we came up with a very strategic intent and a deliberate intent to get business from diaspora. So we have had a good run last year and this year, but it is because we realized that domestically there is a lot of volatility, and we came up with a plan to get at least 60% of our business coming from diaspora. It's been good. It could be better. Yeah. That is
right.
Yeah.
And talk to us about right now that we are seeing elections around the corner. Are there any fears, especially from investors? Are you seeing more inquiries? What is the general mood like?
Apparently, because we are in the real estate sector, predominantly land and apartments, we have realized historically that during election periods, people move. Okay, the temperatures are high in some areas, so that means business in different areas. So, especially when you go into the Rift Valley and into the coastal region, we realize that so many people were buying in preparation of any eventualities. That boosts business, but eventually it's not good for business because people should settle where they are. Yeah.
All right. And looking at this unfolding, of course, we've seen a number of indicators where, for instance, the NSE had a big blip when you look at how the markets were reacting. And right about now, a lot of expectation with this coming election. Over and above that, Kenyans have also demonstrated resilience when you look at how they handle the pandemic period and of course the subsidies that have come in. But as a real estate entrepreneur, perhaps looking at some of the issues that have been holding back buyers, it has been a question of pricing. Are we also seeing pricing evolving even as we continue with this whole narrative of buy Kenya, build Kenya?
Apparently, there are 4 countries in the whole of Africa that grew in more than 4% last year, and we are one of those countries. And it's because predominantly agriculture contributes 18% of our GDP. We are an agriculture country, so that is what held our economy basically. So many other countries did not. The shocks were too much in many countries. Prices went up, and when prices of food go up, usually what it means is that people are left surviving. I want to take care of my basics before I think of buying that car, before I think of going into luxury, before I even think of going into the hospitality industry, even in the buy Kenya, sell Kenya. So prices went up. There's a cocktail of factors. We all know the war in Ukraine, even the fears of these elections. That has affected what is called disposable income, because so many businesses depend on disposable incomes. Yeah. So that there's a consumer, basically a consumer power. So that is what has affected buying and selling in this country.
All right. Yeah. And are we seeing appreciation of prices, especially now that the economic activity has been bouncing back? Are we seeing which areas are people demanding more for, and are the prices matching up to where and the various locations?
Abi, numbers will show you that we are an informal economy. From 1992, after democracy came in, the informal sector has grown. In fact, it is the informal sector that has held this company, that has held this country. So, and that was not affected as much compared to what we would call formal. Talk about banks. Last 2 years, banks shed a lot of people. Talk about government. In fact, this year, government wants to cut prices. Salaries. That has not happened in a very long time. All parastatals cut off. So we are sliding into the informal economy. If you look, it has been going up and up and up. And that is what has held us together. So companies that depended and industries that depended on the formal economy or the formal employment economy, be it talk about teachers, talk about the police, talk about parastatals, have suffered a lot. But companies that slowed with time, have depended on the informal economy, have thrived.
All right. Yeah. Interesting. Well, as we come to the near tail end of our discussion, of course, right now, we've also seen various executives who have demonstrated leadership in a crisis, and you recently got awarded. Tell us more about the award and what this means for the youthful CEOs in the country who are continuing to make an indelible mark in different sectors of the economy.
Thank you so much. I'm so grateful for the award. There's a body called the National Business Leadership Award. I was awarded the CEO of the Year 2022. And for me, it's a signature of resilience. It is also a testament that this is doable. I'll take you back in 1911 when there was a huge financial crisis. That is when real estate moguls were created. So in the midst of pandemics, in the midst of uncertainties and complexities, that is when the tough people, that is when the stars shine. You know, if you're tough, that is when we want to see you are still. So For me, it's a testament, and it's clear that it's doable, either there's elections or not. We actually pray, because if you look at our curve, every time we have an election, the economy goes down. Basically, everything goes down. So business should be the key contributor to make sure that either there's election or not, livelihoods are supported. Because look at it, we are richer than we were 5 years ago. Okay, we are a 3.2 trillion economy. I remember when Kibaki took government in 2002, the budget was 400 billion bob. Now we have grown close to 4 times. So the truth is, even with all these news that look toxic and against business, we are growing richer as an economy. We are more in terms of numbers. 1 million people are being dispensed in our economy every year in terms of birth rates. In terms of our institutions of high learning, colleges and universities dispense 1 million people every year. So this means new consumers. This means new opportunities for business. So it's one thing to look at what is not working. It's another thing to realize that in the midst of everything, the best people will still grow.
All right. Very interesting. And once again, congratulations on your award.
Asante.
And we'll be keeping a spotlight just to see how things build up. Thank you for coming over.
Thank you so much, Abby. It's a great pleasure.